Hello everyone. In previous class, we have discussed about the drift velocity. Today, we will start with relation between drift velocity and current. So, our next topic is relation between drift velocity and current. Or in examination, it comes in another way, that is to prove that I is equals to N E A V D, where D is in subscript. Okay. So for that purpose, let us assume first we have a conductor of area of cross section A having length L. Okay. Let all the electrons, after applying potential at its end, let all the electrons moving with average velocity, that is Vd. Okay. Now let after applying the potential V, I is the amount of current that is flowing through this conductor. Clear? So first let us assume, we have a conductor of length L and area of cross section A. On applying potential V, here this V stands for potential. V at its end, let I is the current I is flowing through the circuit, Clear? Now we know that, current is equals to charge upon time, Q divided by T. This is our equation number 1. Okay. Now let n small n is the number density of electrons. Okay. Now the question is, what do you mean by number density? Number density of electron. Now what is the meaning of number density? So number density is it is the total number of electrons per unit volume. Okay, so this is the definition for number density, that is, it is the total number of electrons per unit volume. Now that means this n can be written as total number of electrons. Let the total number of electrons is capital N, and this V stands for volume. Okay, here this V stands for volume. Okay, so number density small n is equals to capital N upon V, where V is the volume. Clear? Now so we have the first formula, that is I is equals to Q by T. This is our equation number 1, and here we have small n is equals to capital N upon V. Small n is equals to capital N upon V, where n is the total number of electron, V is the volume. Okay, now what is volume? Volume. So suppose that this is a cylinder. So what is the volume of this cylinder? So it will be pi r square h. We know that the pi r square h. Okay, volume of cylinder is pi r square h. So pi r square is the area of the cross section and h is the height. In this case, if h is the height of this, so suppose it is kept in horizontal plane, so this h will be replaced with this L, and this is the area of cross section, that is A. Clear? So volume can also be written as area into length. Okay, this area of cross section is A and length is L, so AL, or V is written as AL. Clear? So from this equation, this n is equals to capital N upon V. This n, that is total number of electrons, is equals to number density, that is small n into V. This V, this can also be written as total number of electrons is equals electrons, capital N is equals to n, and put the value of V, that is A into L. So capital N is equals to small n into A into L, where A is the area of cross section, L is the length. Now with suppose that charge on each electron is E. Charge on each electron is E, where E will be in negative, but will now we'll only consider the magnitude, will not take the sign, that is negative. Okay, so total charge on this conductor, we'll find the total charge on this conductor. So total charge on conductor is equals to total number of electron total charge on conductor, which is equals to total number of electrons into, or total number of charge. Here this should be total number of charge, and charge on, or you can say total number of electron or charge, that is both are the same thing, sorry, electrons into charge on one electron. Okay, so total number of electron is NaL. So NaL into charge on one electron is E. So this total charge on conductor, let it is capital Q. So this capital Q is equals to NaL into E. That this is our equation number 2. Okay, now we know that one more formula. We know that speed is equals to distance covered upon time taken. Okay, so speed of each electron is Vd is equals to distance covered, that is L, and let the time taken is T. Okay, so Vd is equals to L upon T. So from here we can find this T. This T equals to L upon Vd. Let this is our equation number 3. So from put the value of equation 2 and 3 in equation 1. So put the values in equation 1. Okay, sorry, putting values in equation 1. Now this I is equals to, the value of Q is NaL into E, NaL E upon T, that is L upon Vd. Okay, so this Vd will move upward, and here what we have, NaLe Vd upon L. So these two will be, LL will be cancelled out. Now what we have, I is equals to NaE Vd, NeA Vd. Clear? So this is the relationship between current and drift velocity. Clear? Now with the help of this formula, we can note down two things, that is NeA Vd. From this relationship, if we want to find the value of Vd, okay, so from here this drift velocity can also be written as I upon NeA. So from here you can also see this Vd is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Greater the area of cross section, lesser will be the value of drift velocity. Clear? Now we will see one numerical based on this drift velocity. Now question number 1. Two conductors having length 1:3. Two conductors having length 1:3 and area of cross section and area of cross section 3:7. Okay, find the ratio of drift velocity. Find the ratio of drift velocities if these are connected first in series and second in parallel. Clear? So here the given part that is the we have two conductors, that is let L1 and L2 having length 1:3. The ratio of length, that means L1 upon L2 is 1/3. Okay, and area of cross section, that is A1 upon A2 is 3/7. Find the ratio of drift velocity, that means we have to find Vd1 upon Vd2. Clear? So first we will discuss the first case when both are connected in series. When both conductors are connected in series. Next, in second case, we'll find when both conductors are connected in parallel. Clear? Okay. So here only thing that we have to find the ratio of drift velocity. So we'll find the relationships where we'll use this means where we have L1, L2 and A1, A2, the ratio of length and area of cross section. One more thing that we should consider, if in class 10 we have studied about it, if two or more things are connected in series, in that case current is same across all the devices, and if it is connected in parallel, potential is same across all the devices. So in series combination current is same, or you can say constant. Okay, and in parallel combination potential is same across all resistor, or you can say conductor. Is same across all conductors. Clear? Or you can say again, here we can say I is constant. Here in this case V, that is potential, is constant. Clear? Now the formula will again revise the formula, that is formula for drift velocity, that is E small e capital E tau upon m. If we will put the value of small capital E, that is V by E is equals to V by L. Okay, so if we will put this formula over here, so Vd is equals to E V tau upon ml, and where V is the potential. So for constant potential Vd, for constant potential, this Vd is inversely proportional to length. Clear? And next, so one thing that I got, in case of constant potential, Vd is inversely proportional to the length. Clear? Okay. Now second formula, that is I is equals to NEA Vd, and from here Vd is equals to I upon NEA. So from here, for constant current, this Vd is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Clear? So from here we can write Vd is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Clear? Now here it is given that the ratio of area of cross section. So can we say this Vd1 upon Vd2 is equals to 1 by A1 upon 1 by A2. This can be written as 1 by A1 into A2 by 1, or A2 upon A1. Clear? So from here this will be Vd1 upon Vd2 is equals to 7 by 3. Okay. Next, here in parallel combination, Vd is inversely proportional to length. Okay. So from here Vd1 upon Vd2 is equals to 1 upon L1, 1 upon L2. This can be written as 1 by L1 into L2 by 1, or you can say L2 upon L1, or Vd1 upon Vd2 is equals to L2 upon L1, that means 3 upon 1. So 3 upon 1. Clear? So in this way we can solve this numerical. Reason behind, we no need to find the any other thing. The given part it wants, that is what is the ratio of drift velocity. So for that purpose we will choose this way to solve this question. Clear? So that's it for today. In next class we will start the Ohm's law. Thank you.